Good morning, Jesse here, Supernova Design Company. It's Friday. What do we got going on today? We're doing our 4W's Wake Walk, 4W's Wake Walk Water workshop. So here we are in the workshop. We got the other things done. Working on the dust collection upgrades a little bit. What did we do yesterday? Same thing. And got some of the bill of materials stuff done. I think we're all finished there. Check in with that this morning. All right, so let's take a quick look at the workshop and the dust collection, what we got done and what there is to do in our little, well, now 1.5 hour chunk. Okay, so we got that wall just about cleared out. We pretty much just threw everything on the flat surfaces. And we added an extra, initially built these shelves to hold this long stuff, and then I was like, oh wow, look, I could hang some wires and some scrap underneath that and hang some lighter things. So we added a piece to that, made that longer that direction, because we need to make room up here to put the what is that guy called? The super I don't know, super spinner, the dust collector. Then we got to get these shelves off, and then these guys will all just rest here and everything shifts that way about 24 inches. We also got that giant mess to clean up, and we also got a giant raft to repair and get out of the workshop. So yeah, that's it. Today we have the double check that the bomb stuff is done. It's going a little slower than I'd hoped, but it is looking really good. Background was in physics and chemistry, so there's accounting terms and a lot of financial terms I am working on learning as we go through this. And I think that's it. Challenges for the day. It's just time, down to the wire. These days are starting early, ending late, and it's just keeping on focus and keeping busy, and yeah, walks and water between. Have a good one. Catch you later. Good morning, Jesse here, Supernova Design Company. It is about 5:40 in the morning. I've been up for hour and a half. Quick update. It's kind of an interesting moment. You hear about folks going into starting businesses, and there comes a time where they really wonder if this is what they want to do, and shit gets really scary. This is that point. This is the most scared I've been. But there's a lot going on outside that is affecting this, but I'm not quitting. I'm still going for it. I completed the pricing, which probably some of this anxiety, first time going through that and seeing a reality check, it's still very possible, still doable. And actually, I'm not sure if my bar is low or high to be self-sufficient on that. Basically, I'd have to make 1.5 racks per day. Obviously, got to sell them. But that's about the, well, yeah, the details don't matter at this point, but I had the first time last night where I thought about W2 in it. So we'll see. I'm sticking to the plan, gonna give it my best shot for a year or two, or as long as I can. And we always got that W2 and degree stuff to fall back on, even though I think this is where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing. All right. Quick correction on that. I don't think I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I hit the stop button and I realized that. Yo, Saturday noon, checking in. A little more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed than I was this morning. Thought I would give a quick tour of what's going on. We're still working on the exhaust. We have all the fittings purchased, and things are looking crazier than ever in here. Let's take a look. So I think this is the view I've been starting with roughly. So you can see everything is cleaned out. That old, there was a cart that was there. I think we might just completely move that cart someplace else. The dust collector's moved. We got the electrical done. Didn't realize I didn't have 240 over there, so we had to extend. We put this line in over here and it stopped there. Now it goes up and over. We got started on we're using black ABS plastic. I ordered some grounding tape. I hear those can spark and cause explosions, although I hear no one's ever actually had experience with it. But I have got shocked on those things and sanders, and I don't like getting shocked, so we're going to put some grounding tape on it just to protect me as much as protect the low probability chance of the house blowing up because of sawdust. Anyway, that's it. We have a spot cleared out here behind the table saw. We're gonna get this solved and then figure out a new table for a new outfeed, something for that, because I just had a board clamped to it with a couple rollers underneath it, and we could do a little better than that, I'm sure. And that's it. We're gonna rearrange some tools. I think we're gonna bring the jointer over here and maybe scooch the bandsaw over a little bit. It's a lovely day out our side yard, lots of overgrowth. So that's it. It's also my kiddo's birthday. Happy birthday, Annabelle. Love you. Bye. Anyway, Jesse here, Supernova Design Company. It's Monday, July 20th. Happy birthday, Aoife. What do we got going on today? We still haven't posted the videos from Friday. We're still doing the project accountability. I'm just not posting the videos. The little spreadsheet and logs and everything is still going. Just things are getting a little crazy. So doing every part of it but the video part. Today we'll definitely get one posted. We're just finishing up our morning workout. And I'm gonna head into the shop, still doing the water workshop. And the startup tasks are getting near complete. So it's pretty exciting. Let's go see how do you walk out these things? We'll go check out, I don't want to trip. We'll go check and see what's going on in the shop. Let's spin this sucker around. All right, so the flat surface rule is in major effect, and also the floor rule is in major effect. A little AV equipment. I don't know how much has changed. I think I was in the computer room a bit. We have this cleaned up. We have more piping done. We're gonna go with a different exit from the Supercell. I finally got the name right on that one today. And then we're starting this is cool. Oops, let's turn it on. We're starting our first drop, and I think we're just gonna do one drop here and feed the jointer and have a run that goes along here, because the bandsaw, the sander, these three tools here are really the only thing we need regular dust collection for. Obviously, in addition to there's a table saw under there and a router over there and here. So it's pretty quick. Most of the pieces, except for 1, 2, maybe 3 pieces, are cut, and that should be wrapped up. I'm not sure about today, but definitely in the next couple days. Yeah, and we may do a couple other quick little organization tasks. I think I'm giving myself 8 hours to get a couple of things optimized after we get this done. I think there's some low-hanging fruit that will make things go well. I also think we're going to focus on moving some of these things just completely out of the shop, or maybe even sell some stuff. Now, we're definitely not selling anything, but we have another building out in the back we could throw things to. So that's it. That's where we at. Also making a little efficiency change, deciding I don't think I have 7 official project accountability videos to make. I think I'm just going to try and rip through those, not edit it, throw all this stuff in there. I'm getting a little better at talking, so if it sucks, well, it sucks. It's not we're not trying to become a YouTuber, but we're just trying to get this one thing done. Anyway, we'll check in later. It is, hold on, I don't know what time it is. All right, it's Tuesday afternoon here in Portland. Noon, it is hit 90 already, it's supposed to hit 98. Ugh. What do we got going on today? We're still finishing up the exhaust system and working on some more of the kitchen rack readiness stuff. We got the pricing done. I got to take a look at next steps. I think some price validation. So the model works to make prices and estimate things. Now my pricing data, market research, so to speak, is about a year old. So we got to go check that. What have we done so far this morning? Let's take a look. All right, so home away from home. We have our full horizontal main run done. We have one, where you at? We got one drop over here. coming down. A little obstacle there where the pressurized air comes down. So we have a drop ready there. We have a drop ready there for the table saw and router. This one's going to cover this belt sander and our jointer. And then the last drop is going to be this one. It's going to come down. We'll have a Y here for one thing will be for the table saw. We might just have it drop down and do one of those vacuuming things. A technical term that you can sweep dust into. That is it. Place is looking as messy as ever. But what do they say? Things get worse before they get better? Yep, that's exactly what they say. So we're gonna head in. It is pretty hot out here. Get a glass of water and work on some computer work. Have a good one. Take care. All right, Wednesday afternoon check-in. What do we got today? Focus. Gonna try and focus everything on the kitchen rack stuff. I have 3 tasks today for those. Getting the customer-facing spec sheet to show our target audience, define the minimum quote, approval, and order acceptance method. So how are we gonna? The last one today is map the minimum qualified customer to cash. I gotta read up on that one. I made a bunch of notes and then scanned a big piece of paper, which I've kind of been doing a little bit lately. Here's an example of something else. And then I need to tell the AI to quit translating it into AI speak and leave it in Jesse speak. So I got to go check my notes on that one. Could be an easy finish. The last thing to do is post PA33. That's the project accountability 33rd video. I've been recording stuff for that for looks like 4 days now. Challenges today this is a fun one. This is an interesting one. I got my first, it's non-work related, so apologies. But anyway, first retained a lawyer for this divorce stuff. Have the first meeting today. And also the kids are out of town with grandma, so it's me and the future ex sharing a house for 2 weeks. So it's like an awkward moment that lasts for 14 days. But head down, working on stuff. We get a nice big workshop. So here we go. Good morning. Checking in today. We're finally going to get one posted today, but I just want to quick check in, make some funny faces at you. We are in the shop this morning. Gonna get a couple of drops done, start hooking up some tools. What else we got going on? That is about it. Nothing too new in here. Not much to show you. Got a lot to complete over the. Got a whole bunch of stuff done last night on the computer. And moving forward, it's a pretty useless update. Anyway, but some days. Good morning. It is Thursday, July something. We're checking in. What do we got going on today? Still working on dust collection. We got the table saw and the router over here set up. We got all of our drops done, and let's take a look. All right, let's start from let's get that guy out of the way. So there's our supercell. Our main line goes across there. Our furthest drop is here for the bandsaw, hiding behind that little ladder. We have our drop done for the belt and disc sander, and for the jointer, we did a little creative jointing around there because I didn't anticipate where it was going to come down, and it came down right on top of an outlet. I don't know if that was probably a pretty crappy view. So actually worked out okay. We did a 22 and then that big sweeping Y guy. And this is let's try a better view. Here's our table saw. Trying an experiment. I have a feeling it's going to fail. Chains is only as strong as its weakest link. What I think is going to be that flex tube there in the middle. I did put 3 screws on either side, siliconed it in there. But who knows? It just was too much temptation. That flex tube fits perfectly inside the female side of these fittings. So we'll see. That's the fun part about working on your own stuff, is you can experiment. And if it does pop off, that's fine. We will go. We got plenty of these guys already, even though it's kind of annoying. They have, you see there's a little 1/4-inch ring around there, but we'll cut that out if we have to use those for this case. What else? That is it. So tasks today, besides getting our dust collection progress, is the client spec sheets and handouts. Got to figure out, man, these little eyes are not doing so good. Got to get that stuff figured out. Challenges today. I was going to say time. That's what I'd written earlier. I did the my little log in Notion for the day. Put time as the challenge. It's always a challenge. My challenge currently is actually mental health, and specifically related to that is uncertainty. Things are so up in the air, and so much is relying on this business, and I just don't know where things are going to go. But we do have some savings and some runway. But until things settle out, it's really, really annoying. Anyway, enough whining. Let's get to work. All right, finally a closeout video for this last week and this week. We've been rolling almost a whole, I think, 6 days of recording material and writing tasks and doing completion lists and lessons, and haven't posted a video. So we're trying to get back on cadence. It's been a rough 6 days, but we're still moving. So completed, pretty big list here. Let's see. Dust collection drops, table saw and router. Dust collection part done. PA personal accountability video 33 is about to get completed. Main dust collection lines, this is kind of going in reverse chronological order, is done. We've started the customer spec sheet, getting some understanding on what exactly those mean. We've gathered all of our resources for that. There's lots of, had the logo made, did the website, did all these kinds of things. And it's hard to keep track of, the colors, the voice, the types of copy, what I'm writing, all the specs. So now we got that all consolidated, which is nice, into one place. It feels good to get organized. Currently working on the brainstorm for what it would look like. What else? For some AI stuff, we've done some area guide templates. So within the Para system, we have projects, areas, and in areas we have like finance and accounting and operations. And just like I am making guides for like Notion and Excel and a bunch of other stuff, just to help keep AI working the way that I want it to work, and the way that gets stuff done in a way that makes sense and is organized and doesn't go off in weird directions to do weird things. So we did that. We also got a security MD file created for that to help keep it on the rails. Does things like if an agent asks another agent to do something and doesn't give it broad access to lots of things, make sure it explicitly tells it minimum stuff. And there's a big old thing in there, which I didn't understand too much, but I ran it through it. I read it. It made sense. Anyway, what else we got? We outlined the whole big business process. I think I flipped this thing up a few times. This is sort of what it was, where we had, which side would it start on? Sort of our marketing side, what our sales look like, and then for the kitchen racks and for built-ins, what that flow would look like. And then across the bottom, we have a feedback and review loop that kind of feeds us getting better. So that we got that prettied up. Now in my head, I have a picture of the whole machine, and now just working on each of the little parts to make sure they are have what they need. What else we got? GPD update with gating tasks. We also updated all of our task lists and demoted a whole bunch of things that aren't directly getting to revenue related, to try and make sure we're working on the right things at the right time. Lessons learned. This seems pretty obvious, but this is hard. I think I already said this one. I'll say it again though, and the risks are real. I'm going to skip that one. That's a little personal. The other one on there says make sure not to make marketing materials or put prices on things until you've done the pricing. Yeah, imagine that. So again, I'm getting really organized lately, and apparently a few months ago I was getting my orders and doing things all in a kind of a screwed up way. Who knows if that was old brain injury stuff or life stress or what, but hey, it's better to get on track now than never. I don't even know if I'm on track now. Anyway, what's next? Client spec list. Make a decision on these brochures. Speaking of not making pricing materials, but we made some real pretty brochures that have kind of high prices on. I think I made them when ChatGPT was in an especially generous mindset at the time. I don't know if it was 5.3 or something like that. I think it may have been maybe before that, but it was also maybe before I told it to keep me challenged, search for truth, don't do crazy things to make me happy kind of days. I think it's a lot better now, and I've got a lot better at it. So another lesson learned, I guess we could put that one on there. Wins. Last thing on our wins. I think one of the biggest wins is I'm keeping it together. I had some history of substance abuse a while ago, slipped back into it yearish, maybe year and a half ago, but going through all of this, honestly, it's been pretty easy not to. I think the stakes being what they are, and I'm actually feel like I'm fighting for my survival. On the inside, I feel very much like that. I'm not sure how it looks on the outside, but that's where my head is at. What else? Wins, dust collection. This is a little bit less intense. The dust collection and the kitchen rack readiness stuff is just coming along nice. I think this taking a walk, doing the workshop piece in the morning for 2 hours or so, and then working on the rest of the stuff is keeping everything moving lockstep pretty well. And the last win is that going through all of this is just learning a lot about myself. It does feel like I remember when my dad passed, and my older brother really got the rough end of all of that because he was living there, and I remember talking to him and trying to coach him through it. He got his blue belt in jiu-jitsu. I recently got mine, and when you start jiu-jitsu as a white belt, it's kind of like the most miserable experience. Not to scare anybody away. Everybody should definitely do it, but you really learn to suffer and survive is really all it's about. And you have people who are better than you, sometimes even bigger than you, smashing you, and you got your arms and your face stuck in somebody's chest or armpit, and you could barely breathe. And that's sometimes what it's like to be a white belt, and that's what I feel like now. But I'm still breathing. I'm working on getting an edge, and so that's it. What else? I think that's it. We're going to get this video finally posted. We're at PA33, which means I got 7 of these to do, and then we'll start putting out. We'll probably still do vlogs maybe once a week, but I got a list of other stuff that I've shot that's a bit more interesting. But this exercise is good. It's going to continue forward. I'm going to absorb it into something that I don't get published, but it's going to be a daily, weekly planner, and it'll probably be a scheduled job, so I don't have to sit here and type it all and have the AI give me a little list in the morning to review to save some time, because this is currently rose to the top of most repetitive tasks that I don't need to be repeating myself. All right, moving forward. Take it easy.